Hey everyone, it's Dr. Becky, Dementia Disruptor with tips, tricks, and potentially painful truths about dementia. Today is either a tip or maybe it's a trick, I don't know, or maybe it's just a painful truth. It really depends on your situation and what's going on. So it is Super Bowl weekend, so I'm thinking a lot about everything that goes around with the Super Bowl here in the U.S. So it's a weekend of parties and potentially going to sports bars and food and people and noise and potentially chaos and overwhelm. And even if your person was the life of the party and has always thrived in these environments, which is not me, just for the record, you're not going to find me at one of those unless the Browns go to the Super Bowl and I have time to work on that, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, but know your person, know their triggers. Think about all of this before you go into any of those situations, if that's your plan. They may do great. It may turn on their, all their charm and all of their everything, all of their showtime, and they're going to be awesome, and they're going to be able to cheer and laugh and have a great time. It may also trigger anxiety and stress and panic when things start to trigger their anxiety, or suddenly they get confused about where they are or what's going on, especially if it's a location that's not necessarily the most familiar. So if you're going to a sports bar and you're not a regular there, or even a friend's house that all of a sudden doesn't feel right. So I'm a plan for the worst and hope for the best kind of person. I overthink and I overplan. So here's my overthinking, overplanning for this weekend. So recognize your person's triggers. Talk to them ahead of time. And don't say, hey, you get overwhelmed when this happens, so here's when I'm going to yank you. Don't say that. Say something like, I've noticed that these situations tend to make you nervous or tend to make you worried. Why don't we put together a plan before we go to make sure we both have the best time at this event? So that could be, when I notice this happens, I'm going to do this. Or, hey, we don't know who Bad Bunny is, so we're going to go take a walk at halftime. Or I'm going to make sure we park in a location where if we decide we've had enough, we just make our excuses. We say thank you for inviting us. We go home, we watch the rest of the game at home. So it's putting together that plan, letting your loved one know in a way that doesn't sound like your dementia is causing us to have a crappy time on a day that should be a lot of fun. Because that doesn't go well. They don't like that. And then they get all grumpy and you don't want that. That ruins the whole day, because you're already in a sour mood before you even get there, and you're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to find ways to have fun doing the things you and your loved one like to do. So plan ahead, get some ideas, make sure you have an escape route if you need, and enjoy and cheer for the team you want. Obviously, my team's not there, so I don't have a horse in this race, so I'm not going to put out a cheer for anybody. But have a great weekend. Find ways to have fun. Build memories for you, even if your loved one's not going to remember it afterwards. Let them live in the moment and just enjoy what they want to enjoy. All right? So leave comments, ideas, thoughts, like, share, do all the things, and have a great day. Bye.